Welcome back, you guys. Today's topic: why physical media will never die. So, I'm going to read this article real quick here just to get the gist of it, and then I'm going to give you guys my opinion. While Netflix, Hulu, Amazon Prime, and other video streaming services have grown exponentially in popularity throughout the last decade, they failed to kill the DVD and Blu-ray market. Despite their ease of access, they fail in ways which physical media have not and never will. I would like to take a moment and discuss the reasons why physical media will never die, even in the face of digital content streaming. Audio, visual, Audiovisual quality. When it comes to digital content streaming, there's typically some loss in terms of quality. This is based upon the service used, the amount one pays, the internet connection quality. While you certainly can stream HD content, it is less reliable than what one will receive from a Blu-ray disc. This is even more true when it comes to 4K content, and as it requires phenomenal download speeds to acquire beautiful streamless 4K video over the internet. Physical media, on the other hand, is capable of pulling off incredible visuals with little effort. The advent of 4K and 3D movies has proven that, as they are limited almost entirely to Blu-ray discs outside of few exceptions. Streaming is notoriously harsh when it comes to audio quality. Even dedicated music streaming services such as Spotify struggles with this problem. And while some services have found ways to get around some limitations, the general rule is that digital audio quality is lower than the of physical, and streaming audio quality is lower than that seen on, say, a CD or vinyl. A part of this is the bit rate of an audio track, or the amount of data stored in a single second of its file. The higher this number is, the better audio quality one will receive. In most digital audio files, the bitrate is 256 kbps, kilobits per second, while Dolby True HD has a maximum possible bitrate of 18 mbps, megabits per second, megabytes per second. Most audio tracks will never reach that lofty of a goal. The audio bitrate from Blu-ray discs has the potential to be a whopping several 70 times higher that seen through streaming services. Building collection, ownership, physical media will never die. Digital media downloads and content streams are obviously not going anywhere for the foreseeable future. They do, of course, serve as a wonderful supplement forms of entertainment. Having a wealth of content at your fingertips, ready to stream at any time, is a uniquely contemporary concept. This will only continue to grow in coming years. Physical media will never be left behind. Despite this new technology, collectors, fans will always want to purchase their favorite film and shows, whether it be for the unique bonuses, security, consistency, or quality found only in physical media. I, for one, am excited to see what the future holds for physical media. Alright, one thought on why physical media will never die. Reports of the death of Blu-rays and DVDs are so basically exaggerated. Shows the Oppo UDP sound 203 is by the recommendation of these top 3 players, even though this one is the most expensive, and does similar job as these other two, but just lack the streaming services, which is not necessary for most, because people would use other devices to stream. But nevertheless, it lacks the streaming. So according to this Oppo UDP 203 is the best 4K Blu-ray player available, and it outdoes the competition by, you know, all that here, and I totally agree. Now, yep. Now we're gonna talk about, is this base media really dying? Well, folks, I believe that it probably is dying, and most people like me, enthusiasts like me, that love disc-based media, love entertainment, love surround sound, love entertainment, and enjoy entertainment. That's why I play video games and I watch movies, because watching people that love video games love watching movies, you know, that's a fact. Most people that play video games likes to be entertained, so they love watching movies. The people that only watch movies not necessarily will play video games, you know. But if you're a gamer, you're gonna be you're most likely in the same genre as a person that likes to watch films and movies. Now, I hope I hope that I'm wrong and that this base media stays alive and never goes away. At the same time, I'm gonna use this analogy where, like, a lot of people, they love, I don't know this analogy, but my example is that a lot of people, even though they love movies and they love um, clarity in visual resolution, at the same time, and quality, at the same time, they don't want to waste money or invest in, like, a player, a receiver, a TV, and then on top of that, buy, like, disc. Even though it is great quality for home theater over streaming, most people that I see rather not invest in all those aspects, and they'll still get the enjoyment out of streaming. And I know a lot of people in the past has told me they stopped buying movies for the simple fact that when they buy a movie, whatever format that is, they're really not gonna rewatch it more than twice or more than once. But enthusiasts like me, when I buy a movie, I buy it because I know I'm gonna watch it more than once. In fact, I usually watch it in the theater, and I enjoy it so much in the theater, I buy it when it comes out on disc, because I know that I'm gonna get a replay value out of that. But folks like me, it's a small percentage of people that enjoy entertainment that for them it's not necessary to buy and invest money just to watch something that they're probably gonna only watch once. And if they want to watch more than once, they will, but why waste the money to, like I say, buy all the gears and equipment that is not necessary for them, because just having a streaming service or having a device that streams movies on a TV that is suffice for them. You know what I mean? Why would they buy all these other things? So, so that's my take and my opinion on why most people don't need to buy disc, because it's expensive. And if they buy a disc, then first of all, that money adds up to most consumers. And even if they buy that, then they gotta invest in a really good player, and then on top of that, if you most people that own a Blu-ray player or a play in general, which I do recommend, but it, they most people, the way they think, I believe that, well, what's the point of buying a player if they're not going to utilize the sound? Because if you buy a receiver, a home theater receiver, I mean, I'm not saying they won't just have a TV and a player, but really, you're not going to utilize a player unless you buy a receiver to enjoy the most you can and get out of it for the audio surround sound. See, that's a lot of stuff you got to think about. So not only do you have to have a decent TV, the consumer would have to have the right HDMI, a decent player, a decent receiver to get the most out of that player, and to get the most out of the player, you go buy a disc based media, a disc movie, so you can utilize the surround sound and utilize the visualization of the resolution. That's a lot of work, and that's a lot of money, and that's a lot of investment for most people. So now, if it may not die, the disc based media, because they will, you know still maybe produce it, in a small quantity. But at the same time, most people are not going to really invest in it. In fact, if you redo research, people are still happy with DVDs, movies, and DVD players. I'll tell you a little story. Back then, when I told a coworker of mine, she still owned a DVD player, and this time there was, obviously, there was Blu-ray players, and there was 4K players. So there's 4K content movies, there was Blu-ray disc content, and DVD, of course. And she was gonna buy a brand new movie that came out on DVD. I told her, why don't you just invest in like a Blu-ray player, you know, not 4K, but a regular Blu-ray player, because when you buy a Blu-ray disc, you will get that DVD for free. And sometimes you might pay a little bit more for the Blu-ray disc than versus a DVD, or actually most at that time, a Blu-ray disc was a little bit more than a DVD. But nowadays, a Blu-ray and DVD is not too much off, maybe $5 off. But I was trying to tell her, like, why don't you just get a better, like get a Blu-ray player is cheaper, is cheap, and it's better than a DVD player, and so that you can buy a Blu-ray disc, because that Blu-ray disc will come with the DVD disc for free, and a lot of times it's like the same price as a DVD disc, but she didn't care about the Blu-ray version, she didn't care about the free DVD, she just wanted to buy the DVD movie so she can, because she played her DVD player, and that was suffice for her. That was good enough for her, and that's all she needed, and she's satisfied with that. And I thought to myself, like, I thought it was just her. Turns out that many people, through the research, the DVD content, the DVD discs, and there's nothing wrong with DVDs. I have DVDs. I just have a player that can upscale it, you know, to the nearest quality and the best quality. But at the same time, um, people didn't necessarily need the newer and latest generation and technology of disc-based media as far as players and resolution and quality and audio and like the audio decode and the visual and all that. That's just not necessary for most people that I see. So that's why my opinion is that I think more and more people is not going to really buy movies on disc, and if they do buy it, they won't buy the 4Ks, or even though 4K is excellent and Blu-ray is excellent, um, and plus, I mean, they'll buy it if it's cheap, but at the same time, I don't hope I'm wrong, but it seems like no one's going to really buy disc-based media anymore. So that's my thoughts on that. Thanks for listening. Have a great one. Hooded Dragons out.